Hi, this is Jessica DeMassa, and I'm here with none other than the infamous Nick Atkins, the founder of the Pinksocks movement. Hi, Nick. How are you doing?
I'm great, Jess. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I interviewed you for the very first time at XMed when we decided it was in 2016, we think. So it was like 15. It was 3 years ago. We were so old. So and we talked about Pinksocks then on the beach at the Del Coronado. What has happened in Pinksocks land since then?
Well, that interview that we did on the beach was fun. And what one notable thing that's happened since then is that hat has been retired, and that was my favorite hat.
Man.
And I had to retire that hat, but that was awesome because you decided let's go outside, let's not stay in here, and but yeah, Andrew Richards and I kind of we started this thing that's become a movement accidentally, just for fun. We started giving away the Pinksocks at HIMSS in Chicago in 15. Then, like I say, we met you at Exponential Medicine and
the end of that year.
Yeah, in the fall, and it was still just about giving socks away for fun and just playing on Twitter and making people smile and connecting with people.
Giving people hugs.
Yeah, and hugs.
And hugs, because you really need that if you work in healthcare.
And then it's just really taken off. So now the last count, there's over 30,000 people around the world that have Pinksocks, and they're using them to drive awareness for all kinds of just really awesome good causes, from ataxia, which is a rare disease. There's a group in Wales that's using the Pinksocks to help drive awareness for that. There's this group in the Netherlands using it for Alzheimer's. I mean, this everywhere. I mean, Australia, New Zealand, it's China. It's
30,000.
Yeah, it's 30,000. I was lucky enough to get to do a TED Talk, and I did a TEDx San Francisco this past October. And when they reached out to me and said, hey, a year or so ago, we're going to come do a TED Talk in San Francisco. I'm like, what? And I was like, well, what do you want me to talk about? And I thought they were going to, we had the initial phone call with them. I thought they were going to say, well, come talk about telemedicine. And I had no idea. I said, well,
really?
Yeah. And they said, no, we don't want you to talk about telemedicine. I go, well, what do you want me to talk about? They go, we want you to talk about the Pinksocks movement. And I was like,
it's a thing.
Yeah, that's what they were telling me, and there's it's really, so
I have to ask you something. So, I mean, I remember when I first met you, and we talked about Pinksocks then, and I've gotten to know you personally, which has been such a great pleasure.
Likewise.
Thank you. But I remember being in a lot of conversations where people ask you, well, what does it mean?
Yeah.
And you're always like, well, it can mean anything.
Yeah.
And I think over time, people have had a hard time understanding that answer.
Yeah.
Because I think people want to assign meaning to it, right?
Yeah.
So why leave it meaningless?
Yeah, well, because whatever it needs to mean is what it means. And so I think at a year, if you'd asked me this question, which you did a year ago, I would have said that. Now I think it's kind of morphed in, we have the new socks now, right? So you've got both socks. You've got the 1.0s, the Pinksocks 1.0s.
I have an original pair of socks.
Yeah, those are the OG, original gangster socks. You have those, and then right before the TED Talk in this past October, we rolled out Pinksocks 2.0. And the closing piece of my TED Talk was to try to bring it all together it's the power of connection. All around the world, these Pinksocks are connecting people. And so we added a new design element on the socks. So we still have the mustaches, like on your lapel pin, but it also has puzzle pieces. So it's mustaches with puzzle pieces. I mean, I'm wearing them right now. But the power of connection just to bring people together.
Yeah.
And on the label of the 2.0s, the new socks,
yes,
which is I'm really super happy about, is it's all about the Pinksocks movement. And it says, and so on the front of the label, if you had to say, well, what does it really mean, Nick? Okay, what it means is this. It's on the front of the label now.
Now it's on the socks.
It's on the socks.
Thank God, so you don't forget.
Right, and I tweet it out. Every time I see somebody new joining the tribe, I send them a little welcome message, and I use these words to throw out into the universe. And so on the label it says, and I should probably be holding some. You can see some, but it says, the world is full of good. When you believe that, you'll see it. Don't stop doing that. And every organization and hospital and person that's in the Pinksocks tribe, at the core tenet, it's people who are believing that the world is full of good, just like you, right?
Oh, you're so sweet.
I mean, and this guy, I mean, him right there, he believes the world's good, and all these other people that we see in the Pinksocks, that's exactly what it is. So it's there's so much.
It's so hopeful.
Well, look, there's so much negative stuff that comes by. You can read and on the news, and oh my goodness, there's plenty of outlets for negativity. the Pinksocks movement is really an outlet for good, positive mojo to go out into the universe. I mean, we follow each other on Twitter, and the people that follow the hashtag Pinksocks, it's all happy stories.
It is.
Yeah, and it's people celebrating other people's happy moments.
Yeah.
And in that community, it's like every other social community. It kind of polices itself, and you find if this is the group that you want to be a part of and be active in, this is a great group for you. If you're a happy, smiley person, and you're wanting to celebrate other people who are doing great things to make a difference in the world, it's a great group. So
it is definitely a great group, and I've been lucky enough to be able to pass out Pinksocks, which is an even nicer moment.
Right, it's all about gifting.
It's all about gifting, and when you give somebody those pink socks, man, their face just lights up.
Just like that.
See?
And that is the gift, I mean, the experience of gifting, as soon as you give somebody those socks, they just go, boom, and you say, hey, that's it right there. That's the gift that's going to keep on giving. Every time you wear those, you're going to make somebody do that, and you're going to connect with someone, and you're going to, it just keeps on giving.
I have to ask you kind of a tough question here. I don't know if you've seen this, but on the show floor here at HIMSS, there's quite a few companies giving away socks now. Did you see that?
Hey, I think that's great. I mean, somebody was giving away green socks. I think I saw some other socks that were blue. It's
the more socks, the merrier.
I say Oscar Wilde that all you want.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And for everybody who doesn't know what that means, go ahead.
Well, there's an Oscar Wilde quote that I'll paraphrase, but it's flattery is the sincerest form of imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Yeah. And it keeps on going, but I'm a huge Oscar Wilde fan anyway, but who isn't?
Yeah, right.
So,
he's not a socks fan. You can never have too much socks.
Whatever they need to do to make people happy and create some smiles, I say go for it.
Awesome.
But the one thing about the Pinksocks, I want to just make sure everybody understands, it's not about any one company, logo, brand. It's totally decommodified. There's no money. It's always about a gift. I mean, you're celebrating a tribe of people around the world, not just your company.
Right.
So.
No, and that's beautiful, and it's beautiful that you've kept true to that for as long as you have, and it's like really kudos to you on that.
It's over when that stops.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
All right. Nick, last question for you. Okay. So I've got to ask you, we've been asking everybody for their WTF moment in health. Because you always have one. I mean, like you said, it's like things are negative a lot of times, and you're just like, WTF, what is going on here?
Right.
So we want to spin that, though, into a positive, and we want to talk about what's the future. So what do you think the future is for health?
Apple.
Do you want to mic drop it? You want it? Sure, take it. You want to take it and drop it?
It's over.
Drop it. Good. You heard it here first.
Hey, this is fun and all, but Apple.
Apple. Great.
I was in, the Apple meeting yesterday. I was in the Apple meeting last year. They had, this super secret meeting, and they showed us some stuff last year that blew my mind. And they press released some stuff in January that was kind of like what we saw at HIMSS in the private meeting last year. And the private meeting yesterday was just, okay, it's over. I mean, the stuff they're showing us that's already live and deployed in a list of hospitals all around the country.
That's so cool. What was the coolest thing you saw?
Well, do you have an Apple phone now, an iPhone?
On me right now, no. But I do, yes.
On your iPhone, it's got super intuitive, right? You know how to use the apps. There's the little health thing. So what's going to go live is under that health button. Mm-hmm. It basically just geolocates all of the hospitals that are partnered with
cool.
Apple in your area. And believe me, if you have to go to the hospital in LA, you find one that's partnered with Apple.
Right.
End of story. Patient experience for the win. So.
Good call.
Everything that we've been talking about for years and years and years and years, of being able to share data and have interoperability and have it go into the the EHR and share stuff with your family and just I mean it's literally yeah.
Okay. So. We're gonna leave it there.
I mean, I know if I want to go to the hospital, I'm gonna geolocate one that's hopefully, I don't know if they're in Portland right now, but I say come on.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Nick. If anybody wants to find out more about Pinksocks, the place to go is, what's the website?
Pinksocks.life. Pinksocks.life, and the hashtag is Pinksocks. Hashtag Pinksocks. Always one word, always plural.
And if you want to follow Nick on Twitter, you are?
Nick is in PDX.
PDX.
Nick
Done.
is in PDX.
Nick is in PDX.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Nick. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Oh my God. Of course, you're so.
Yeah. Good.
Oh, you're the best. Thanks so much, Nick.